Yo, welcome wargamers and hobbyists and fellow enthusiasts. It's Monday, it's P&Q time, and the weather is its usual dank, dreary stuff coming in through the window there. It's the lighting's not very good, but to be honest, I can't be bothered to bring extra lighting in because I'm doing it in this room rather than the other room because it's half term week. I've got a lot of stuff going on in there and various other things. But I'm going to be doing other videos setting up in there later on for other videos, so all is well. There's not a lot to report on the question and comment side this week. In fact, it's quite slim pickings, as they say, but we'll get to them. Now, the last couple of times I've been doing it emails first and then the comments that are written below the video first, but I'll do it back the other way again this week just because, I don't know, I printed it out that way and that's the way I'm going to do it. So just now have some tea. Oh, burns your mouth that. Anyway. Okay, so this is a question and answer show. If you want to leave me questions or comments, do it one of two ways. One, put a comment or question in the video description, in the comment section below this video, and then I'll get to it next week. Or during the week you can email me at miniwarzone@gmail.com, and again I'll put a link in the video description under this video. So one or two ways. Emails are anonymous. Obviously the comments are for all on sundry to see. So what else? Yeah, don't watch if you're easily offended by stuff, although I've not had anything like that I would deem as offensive, so I think you're okay to watch this. Yeah, you're pretty okay. Right, so starting with Remco Bajers, is that how you pronounce it? Am I getting it right? Remco Bajers. Nice channel you got, by the way, I like it. He says, nice talk, mate. Always nice to listen to you talking while busy modelling. Thank you very much. Alright, let's get involved. Question for next week, which is this week. Is there a Forgeworld model that you would want, not thinking about money? Ooh. Well, to be honest, I haven't never given it a lot of thought because I've never really had the money for that kind of stuff. I suppose any. No, yeah, I can answer that. I would like, if money's no object, I'd love one of the Imperial Knights. Is it? Oh, I'll get the name of it now. Not the Cerastus Knight. Oh, I can't remember the name of it now. But one of their Imperial Knights. He's looks really cool. Or any of the Primarchs. But to be honest, as I don't own a single Forgeworld model, any Forgeworld model, I would like any Forgeworld model. Just to say I got one. That would be really cool. Yeah. I just never. I don't look at it because it's so expensive. Okay. Courage and Honor says, good one. Lots of info dished out. Tell us about your, in capitals, ink. From that, I'm taking it you mean the ink in my skin, which I've got a lot of. Well, quite a bit of. I take it you don't mean to talk about the inks I've got in my rack, my Vallejo inks and all that, army painter ones and all that kind of stuff. I think you want me to talk about this. Well, what can I say about these? That's my first ever one. My brother did a load of them. That was the logo of one of my bands I was in. It was my band, and the logo was two blue dice. It's got the notes alongside there. Can't see them very well, and it's not the best camera to do it on. That's the Trooper from Iron Maiden, carrying a flag which should be the British flag, but I've got the letter B there for Bex, which is Rebecca, my wife. The wolf paw, because I love wolves. I got various. I could do a more in-depth one if you like, but My wife and I share one that we designed together. So we're the only two people in the world that have that one. Forgot, got one there, one on my back. I don't know, is that the ink you want, or do you want me to talk about my shade inks and different things? I could go and list them, but I could do. I think that's what you meant. Anyway, yeah, I've had them for a long time. Yeah, it's just, yeah, you just get them, you know. Yeah, it happens. Anyway, moving on. James and his stuff says, good vid. Thank you, James. Eric Beer says, yeah, perfect answer. Whole Star Trek. He asked me what my favourite TV show was. What else could it be? Hee. Can't wait to see the showcase vid. And yes, you will see the showcase vid. It is in progress. Like I say, I have started it. I don't know why it's going so slow. I think it's because there's so many clips. When I'm doing it, I like to try and get as much done as I can, and I end up messing it up and having to go back and start it again. But I am getting it done. It is being done. It's a work in progress, that one. And for this week's question, do you use YouTube for anything else other than wargaming stroke hobby? Well, yes, I use YouTube for loads of things. Examples of what I have used it for in the past. I use it. Well, I primarily use YouTube to find out how to do things. Like I've used it to find out how to build a garden wall, how to fix a cracked screen on my mobile, how to fix washing machine, things like that. You know, that's what I use it for. That's outside the hobby. Obviously inside the hobby I use it for things like how to paint this, how to do that, or to give me inspiration. But you're talking about outside, other than the wargaming hobby. Yeah, and that's what I use it for. I used to use it a lot for the music, which I used to be into. Yeah, I used to be into that a lot. So that was a different era, that was a different time. So yeah, that's what I used to use it for then. As for right now, I haven't used it for anything. Sometimes I'll, not very often, but sometimes I'll look to see what games are out there, what my favourite bands are doing, stuff like that, things like that. But not a lot, to be honest. I'm kind of so focused onto the hobby at the moment. So it's like a period of my life where I'm doing something like this. I don't know how long it will go on for a very long time to come, I hope. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing at the moment. And that was the last of the comments that were left. So there wasn't very many there, and there's not very many emails either. 1, 2, 5 emails. So not many there. Four comments and 5 emails. So it's a shorter video today, so it'll be quicker to upload anyway. So on to the emails then. First one says, Pete, just a thought, but with all those pies, brackets, projects on the go, perhaps you ought to start thinking about a more structured schedule. I'm always thinking about a more structured schedule. Whether it comes to fruition is another thing altogether. But yeah, I mean, it's Monday today, for instance, so P&Q always goes out on a Monday. I try my utmost to get a video out on Tuesday, and if I do, it's usually YouTube channel of the week. And any other thing, the bolt action ones and the on the bench ones, I'm just doing as and when, because I don't know when I'll get the next opportunity or chance to do it. So I just do it and put it up as soon as I can. But yeah, I mean, a structured schedule would be nice. If I had more time on my hands, I could probably do it. And that's not to say it won't ever happen, but you know, it'd be nice to have. What I'd like is, as well as P&Q going out at the beginning of the week, I would like to have days dedicated to different games, like, you know, all Warhammer on a Monday, all Bolt Action on a Tuesday, all whatever, all Ronin on a Wednesday, all something else on different days, and then I have a random day as well, so I just do whatever, you know. But yeah, next email says, "Hi Pete, just wondered, have you ever been into any other hobby as deeply as this one, and if so, what?" I briefly touched on that just now. Yes, massive hobbies I've had in my life that have occupied a lot of my time and money. Going back to when I was a youngster, I was heavily into tennis, believe it or not. I loved my tennis. I had lessons. I was really, really into it. I was super fit back then. No, really, I was. Then I went on to karate. Some kids do, which I did, and I did that for many, many, many years. 30 odd years. So, I mean, yeah. And I did lots of different martial arts as a youngster, going up into my adulthood there. Became a 5th degree black belt. Anyway, I once represented England for international karate championships back in 2000. And that was put out on Sky Sports, I believe. It was sponsored by them, I think. That was a long, long time ago now. What else? Music, obviously. Been into a few bands. We wrote an album with one band, all original music. I've had other bands since then, but unfortunately my condition has prevented me doing that, which is what led me to this hobby. So yeah. Anyway, well, that was a longer question than I thought it was going to be. Okay, next one. Hey Pete, do you have any more trips planned for the Wargaming Club? I really enjoyed that last video. I want to see more. Well, thank you. It was really kind of off the cuff, that one, but it would be nice to do I'd like to do a proper, bit more professional, you know, with the tripod and everything. Get that one going. I reckon I could do a really good video there. But I was there yesterday actually, but I didn't have my camera with me. So next one. Hi Pete, do you ever paint before you assemble, or vice versa, and why? Okay. 99% of the time I assemble before painting, and I have two reasons for that. One, I think I'm good enough to paint when the model is fully assembled. So far I've not come across any problems with that. Two, I'm a stickler for getting rid of mould lines. I hate mould lines in Flash, and I find the best way to get rid of them is to get the bits off the sprue, clean them up properly. You can go all around the item and then assemble, because once they're assembled it's a little bit harder sometimes, like there's little gaps underneath the chins and things like that. Sometimes I have to get rid of the mould lines even when I know you're not ever going to be able to see them, but I would know they were there. I've got to, maybe that's an OCD thing, I don't know, but I just got to get rid of the mould lines. I think there was actually, that's the two reasons, but there was another reason as well. Oh yeah, there is another reason. I don't like to paint before assembly because I personally, I know a lot of people out there won't agree with this, but I personally find it more difficult, and I can back this up in a moment, to glue like little arms onto bodies that have already been painted, knowing that you've got to get rid of the paint that's on the actual contact points. Otherwise you're just gluing paint to paint, and that is not going to stick properly, or it won't be a very good bond. And then you run the risk of then taking paint off that you've already painted, and therefore wasting more time. So that's that. Now, the 1% of the time that I do that is because I'm trying it now with some Dark Angel veterans, just so I can experience the other side of it. I'm trying. I'm not saying it. I'm not finding it any better though, to be honest. I will probably continue to assemble then paint. But once I got these guys done, you know, whatever. But I'm doing it just to say that I've done it. But I think I'll always paint after assembly. Maybe the odd weapon here and there I'll do separately. Other than that, I'll paint after assembly. Right, and the last question, is it a question? Yeah. Hello Mini Warzone, could you tell us in brief what are the main paints that you use, i.e. manufacturers, for both normal brushed and when you I think you mean brushes, for both normal brushes and when you airbrush, or are you using the same for both? No, I only, at the moment, because I'm fairly new to it all, I only use airbrush or paints that are specifically designed for airbrushing, like Vallejo Air series, Minotaur and things like that. I know some of you guys do use GW paints through an airbrush. I'm not going to do that though, because I think from what I've read, experiences of other people, I think they will clog more easily. You'll spend more time having to clean them out. So I'm not going to do that. I'm only going to use airbrush paints, which are a lot thinner, through my airbrushes, and that's it. And that's all the comments and questions I have for today. Like I said it wasn't very many, but I love these mugs. Keep drinks lovely and hot for ages. Yeah, so that's that. So all that remains me to say is see you on the next video, and happy gaming, guys.